Welcome, my dear students, to this English class. Today, we'll focus on the second part of reading 3B. Please make sure your students' books are opened on page 45. First, let's have a look at the objectives we will cover during this lesson. Number 1, relate paragraphs with the corresponding statements. Number 2, identify the meanings of the words. Number 3, identify the statements that apply to individuals. Before starting, let's recap what we saw in the previous lesson. I would like you to take a few seconds to look at the picture and then answer the questions below. What message does this picture convey? There is a saying which says, "A picture is worth 1,000 words," which means the picture expresses clear ideas and thoughts more than words. The message this picture conveys is how to lend a helping hand to people in need. This picture reflects the goodness of human nature. Which adjectives will you use to describe both individuals? Let's take the old lady who is receiving help. How do you think she feels towards the young lady who is helping her or taking care of her? She would feel thankful, grateful, pleased, and probably indebted. What about the younger woman? Why do you think she's doing so? Simply because she is caring and compassionate. How do you think she feels after she gives help to the old woman? Like any caring one who is interested in providing help to those in need, she certainly feels satisfied, pleased, and most probably proud of herself. Have you ever helped other people? How did you feel? You most probably feel like the young lady we have just described. People interested in helping others are generally similar and share the same feelings. They are caring, compassionate, pleased, and proud of themselves. Here we have a saying. I would like you to comment on this saying with reference to the picture. It is a Chinese saying that goes, "If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody." The saying stresses the importance of helping people in need, which leads to eternal happiness. This wisdom is reflected in our religion that teaches us the value of giving. It is giving that makes us happy forever. Mystery Heroes is the title of the text that we had in the previous lesson. According to you, which of the following best replaces this title? Mystery revealed, unlucky survivors, anonymous helpers. Please take a few seconds to think about this question. The answer is anonymous helpers. Very good. The word anonymous means unknown, so we don't know the identity of the helpers. Before starting this activity, notice that the text contains 5 paragraphs. So please read through the statements A to E and then match each statement with its corresponding paragraph. Stop the video and do the task. Now let's correct. According to the text, which paragraph describes an anonymous donor, a person or a giver who is unknown, refuses to reveal his identity? So, paragraph number 2. Excellent. Here is paragraph 2, and the statement that justifies the answer is: the kidney donor opted to remain anonymous. Very good. Who can tell me in which paragraph the writer decides to share acts of human kindness with the readers? The writer reminds the readers of the goodness that exists in human nature. It is paragraph 1. Very good. This is paragraph 1, and the highlighted statement is the justification. You can read it. C. A teenager performs a CPR to an unconscious driver. CPR, it is that procedure that people do to save someone's life because he had breathing problems. So the paragraph that shows that is paragraph 3. Very good. And the statement that justifies the answer: it was a teenage boy who dragged the driver out of the car and performed CPR. Next, a philanthropist pays for someone else's food. The word philanthropist means a person who cares for the others, a humanitarian. The answer is paragraph 4. Very good. Here is paragraph 4. After finishing his sandwich, Dave asked for the bill, but he found that someone had already paid for his food. E. The writer encourages readers to look on the bright side of life, which means to be positive, to be optimistic and cheerful. The paragraph is 5. Good. This is paragraph 5, and this is the statement that justifies the answer. Whenever you feel disappointed because of someone's negative behavior, look on the bright side. Moving on to vocabulary. In the text, we have 6 highlighted words: commuter, diagnose, opt, bewildering, deed, compassionate. In activity D, we will match these highlighted words with their meanings A to F. Please stop the video. Take a few minutes to do the task. Now let's correct. Let's see the word commuter in the context of a sentence. In paragraph 1, when a stressed commuter bumps into you on the underground. The word underground is the key word in this sentence. The means of transport which is underground in Qatar is the metro. Very good. Here we are talking about traveling. So, the correct answer is C. Very good. Somebody who regularly travels a long distance between work and home. Number 2. Diagnose. Mike Lewis was diagnosed with serious kidney failure. It means E. Excellent. To find out what illness somebody has after examining him or her. Opt. The kidney donor opted to remain anonymous. The word opt means to choose or prefer. It is D. Very good. Number 4. Bewildering. First, let's look at the word bewildering in the sentence. In paragraph 2, the idea that someone would face the risks of surgery in order to help a complete stranger is bewildering. The idea is difficult to understand. So bewildering means F. Confusing. Very good. Next, the word deed means B. An action that somebody does that is usually very good or very bad. In our text, we have a heroic deed. The last one, compassionate, is to show compassion to others. A. Very good. Showing kindness to others. In this activity, we will choose the statements that apply to each of the 3 individuals. Please read through the statements 1 to 7, then circle M for Mike, I for Ian, and D for Dave. Please pause the video and do the task. Now let's correct. Number 1. Who decided to take emergency medical care program? This person was impressed by the deed of a teenage boy that pushed him to take such medical care program. Here we are talking about Ian. Very good. He is currently enrolled in a paramedic training program. Number 2. People who helped him remained anonymous. It is M for Mike. The donor of the kidney opted to remain anonymous. And Dave also, the person who paid for his food, remained anonymous. Very good. Next, who lost his job and felt extremely pessimistic? A pessimistic person is a person who always expects the worst things to happen. Here we are talking about Dave. Very good. When he lost his job. Number 4. Who had a surgery of kidney transplantation? This person was diagnosed with serious kidney failure. The answer is Mike. Very good. Next, one individual regained hope and confidence about the future. This person became optimistic again. He is D. Dave. Exactly. Let's move on to statement number 6. Someone risked his life for his sake, which means someone took the risk to save the life of Mike, of course. The last one. One of the 3 individuals witnessed a car accident but was helpless to help. This person didn't know how to help a man who had an accident. He just stood and watched. We are talking about Ian. Very good. In exercise E, page 45, we will discuss the following questions. According to you, why do you think some people who do good deeds want to remain anonymous? They want to remain unknown. Pause the video and think about this question. This question leads us to talk about altruistic people. These people show selfless concern for the well-being of others. They prefer to remain anonymous, unknown, when they do good deeds towards the others. So, these people are genuinely interested in helping people in need and not in attracting attention for their deeds. Do you think the public should find out who these anonymous people are? Why and why not? Stop the video and think about this question. In the text Mystery Heroes, Dave Chapman said, talking about the person who paid for his food, "If they wish to remain anonymous, then I and everyone else must respect that." Here we have a student who supported Dave's opinion. The student said, "I think the public should respect the wishes of someone who has acted heroically but wishes to remain anonymous. This is deeply rooted in these people's beliefs and values." Take the Muslims in general and Qataris in particular. The latter show compassion and respect towards people in need anonymously. This reflects the value of humility in Qataris culture. So these acts of kindness should be done in the spirit of endeavor and not in an effort to receive praise. What lesson do we learn from the acts of kindness that happened to Mike, Ian, and Dave and their anonymous helpers? Please have a moment to think about this question. Well, these acts of human kindness teach us that they are not limited to time or place. Also, they spread hope among desperate people, which is the case of Dave Chapman. In addition, they strengthen connection between people. Moreover, these acts make us selfless and concerned about the well-being of others. Also, they make people optimistic and look at life from a positive perspective. My dear students, this is the end of our lesson. By now, I expect you to be able to relate paragraphs with the corresponding statements, identify the meanings of the words, and identify the statements that apply to individuals. This video will always be available on Microsoft Teams for you to watch at any time. Thanks for watching.